If you don't, that's okay. We can use the chair as well. So good morning to everyone. I hope everyone's had a good long weekend. Back into practice. And if you're ready, you have everything with you that you need for your practice this morning, you can start getting right into your breath, sitting up nice and tall, right into a seated position on your chair to begin with. Arms alongside you, head between the shoulders, and just start to feel the length and the space into the back body. Feel your sit bones ground, the feet flat onto your mat or the floor this morning. Just get right into some breathing, noticing your breath right now. If you are just joining us, a very good morning to you. Just getting right into our practice, seated in our chair. Just finding that flow in our inhale and exhale. Just depending on what kind of morning you've had so far, just let everything go. Settle into your space. Come into your practice, arrive. Let go of anything and everything that doesn't serve you at this moment and just focus right into your breath, into your body. Start to connect. Maybe starting to find a little deeper of an inhale and a little bit more of a release in your exhale. And starting to stretch out your breath in, and letting go a little bit more in your breath out. Allowing yourself to create a little more space in the upper body. At the same time, relaxing a little bit more, finding a little more heaviness into the lower body. Got a couple more breaths here. In through the nose, the best that you can. Exhale out through, back through out the nose, or maybe a sigh out through the mouth if that's what you need this morning. Full breath in. Full breath out. And start to come back into your space. Open your eyes if you had them closed. A little wiggle in the fingers, a little movement to shoulders, the arms. And then we're going to start right off the bat towards our head and the neck. We're going to tuck our chin in towards the chest. Let your head go. A little stretch in the back side of the neck. And right away, we're going to get right into some circling around the neck with ease, with your breath. Just noticing any tension, tightness along the sides of the neck, the back, the front part of the neck. Pausing in a place that needs a little bit more today. Maybe a couple more breaths to the side of the neck. See how it feels for you. Good. Switching sides when you are ready. And always taking your time, not rushing into any transitions when we're going from pose to pose. Modify, change up any of the exercises or the poses we're in this morning to fit your body. So remembering that this is your practice and just a practice. Go ahead and start to come all the way back to center. Make your way back to neutral. Head back between the shoulders. Good. Let's start to take a little tilt side to side from ear to ear. It doesn't matter which side you start with. Just lying a little stretch into the side. And just start off nice and passive. Moving a little deeper if you choose to, or if the breath allows you, if your body allows you to. Good. And let's settle right back, tilting to the right side. So right ear towards that right shoulder, and just stay here for a second. Pause. Take a couple of breaths here. Maybe you just stay here and just let go for a second. Maybe you take that right arm up and over, hand onto the side of the head, side of the ear, wherever it may take you. And then take your left arm out to the side and then reach it up. Fingertips up towards the sky. And this is just an option. You don't have to do this, especially if you're feeling a little stiff in the neck this morning. And then take the arm all the way back down alongside you. Good. We're going to take that arm all the way back up again. Again, only if it feels okay. Exhale. Release it all the way down. Good. Breathe in. Breath out. Let's take two more right here. With that arm sweeping up and down, or just take that arm and just rest it onto your leg. One more time. Full breath in. Full breath out. Great job. Let's relax. Both arms back alongside you. Roll the shoulders back, head back between the shoulders. And let's do the same thing on the other side. When you're ready, take that left ear towards the left shoulder. Nice and easy to begin with. And just feel that stretch in the side of the neck. And you may choose to just stay right here. And that's completely fine. Maybe you take that left arm up and over. Hand goes right to the side of the head, closer to the top, maybe walking a little further to the ear, your choice. See where it feels the best for you. Now, the right hand can just lay flat right on top of the right thigh. It can relax on the side of the chair, or you reach it out to the side, extending it out to the side of the room. And maybe a little movement here as we sweep it up, fingertips up, exhale down. This could be small movement, intense, a little more intense if you choose it to be. Move with breath in through the nose. Exhale. Good. Full breath in. Couple more times. Full breath out. Maybe coming down to your last one. And then start to relax. Big breath out. Relax both arms back alongside you. Shoulders roll. Head back between the shoulders. Let's get right into the shoulders. We're going to take those shoulders up and roll them down. Shoulder squeeze all the way up to the earlobes, and then exhale, relax them down. Inhale, breathe in. Exhale down. Your pace, your breath. Let's do a few more. Let's see how your shoulders are feeling. Be mindful. Good. Now let's do the same thing, but the other side. We're going to take those shoulders up and then roll them forward. Big breaths in and out. Let the breath guide you through your practice today. One more. So good, everybody. And just shrug it out, one shoulder at a time. Let's take our hands right up on top of the shoulders. And we're going to take our elbows in, feeling a little opening and space into the back part of the body, into the shoulder blades. And then exhale, we're going to take those elbows out. Good, feeling space into the sternum, the collarbones, the chest. Good. Inhale, bring those elbows as close as you can. Again, not to overstretch. Take as far as your body will allow you. Exhale, take your elbows back. Good. Breathe in. Breath out. Good. Making sure that we're sitting up nice and tall. Lift and lengthen through the spine, through the hips, finding space into your low back, feeling grounded into your sit bones as you're doing your exercise here. Feeling the stretch along the upper part of the body. Noticing maybe a little more depth as you're bringing those elbows in and back. Great job, everybody. Let's do 2 more rounds here. And last one, bring it all the way back. Relax your arms. Give your elbows a little shrug. Roll them, shake them, or take just a nice stillness and a breath in and out. Whatever feels good for you as you move through from pose to pose, exercise to exercise. Now let's take those arms out. Good. We're going to flip those palms up towards the sky and then just bring a bend to the elbows and tap the shoulders on, tap the hands onto the shoulders. We're open them back up and then tap the shoulders. Good. Inhale to open, feel the space. Exhale, tap. Breathe in, breath out. In through the nose. Exhale. Great job. A few more times. Breathe in, breath out. Long inhale. Long exhale. Great. Now let's bring those arms and stretch them back out, fingertip to fingertip. Good. Now palms are going to turn so that they face towards the front of the room. Thumbs facing up, fingers facing out. And then we're just going to turn the right palm. You got this. Good. And bring that thumb down. So one palm facing forward, one palm facing back. Now let's switch sides. Let's turn the left palm back, right palm forward. Good. Feeling a little internal and external rotation into the shoulders. Inhale. Switch it back up. One palm forward, one palm back. Good. And just keep going with this rotation into your shoulders. There can be a little soft bend to the elbows, so you can relax your arms a little bit there and just concentrate on the shoulders. Great job. Keep going. Breathe in. Breath out, starting to feel that fire in your arms. Keep going. Take rest whenever you need in through the nose. Exhale. Full breath in. Full breath out. Great job. Last time. And then slowly release. Very, very nice. And just give your shoulders a little shrug up and down. Maybe hold it on one side, then the other. Shake out your fingers, wiggle them out. Breathe in. Breath out. Really, really nice. Let's give those arms a little bit of movement just to relax the shoulders. We're going to take our arms all the way up. Sweep them up nice and high. Maybe the palms press. Exhale. Bring it all the way down. Breathe in. Stretch. Exhale down. Now, let's get that neck going too. If it feels okay, bring my gaze up maybe. Exhale. Belly stays drawn in towards the spine, so engage the core muscle. Lift out of the hips, lengthen, breathe. Full breath in. Full breath out. In through the nose. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Let's sweep the arms all the way back up, fingertips up towards the sky. Good. Little bend into the elbows, and then we're going to bring a big bend to the elbows. On your next exhale, send it right into a cactus pose. So palms facing forward, shoulders back, elbows bent. Inhale to reach it back up, arms up, lengthen into the sides of the body. Exhale, right back into your cactus pose. Breathe in. Breath out. Full inhale. Full exhale all the way out. Good. We're working a lot into the shoulders, the arms, this morning at this, like the first 20 minutes here, we're doing a lot into the arms. So please take rest when you need and just join us back whenever your body is ready. Keep that breath flowing. 2 more times. You've got this. And then we're going to find a nice deep stretch in through the nose. Exhale. Nice job. Let's take those arms right back up. Let's find a little side bend to the right. Bring that right hand down, left arm up and over. Relax that left arm. And it's going to feel really nice to relax those fingertips, the wrists, the elbow, right down to the shoulder. Maybe even open that shoulder back just a bit. Breathe. Pause right here. Feeling that space into the left side body. Good. Your next inhale. Swing both arms back up. Exhale, side bend to the left. Left hand down, right arm up and over. Relax. Breathe. Feel your head tilt over just a tiny bit as you relax and open up into the right side this time. Breathe in. Exhale. Let's start to bring both arms back up. One more time on each side. Right arm down, left arm up and over. And then if you'd like, a little gaze up towards the sky. Good. And then maybe a little gaze down towards the ground. Very good. Bring your gaze back to center. Swing both arms back up to center. Reset. Exhale over to the left. Last time here. Good. Now staying here, maybe a little gaze up towards the sky, right towards that right elbow pit, and then a gaze down towards the ground. Feeling a little stretch, a little turn in our head. Nice job, everybody. Bring your gaze back up to center and bring both arms up. Reach up, fingertips up towards the sky. Exhale, float it all down. Breathe in through the nose. Exhale. Nice job. Just give yourself a little wiggle, a little shake, or just in stillness with that breath in and out. Really, really good, everybody. Let's take those arms and stretch them out forward. Fingertips forward, extend them forward to the front of the room. Exhale, we're sweep them back behind us. Careful the chair, especially if you have arms in the chair. Just be really mindful. Good. Inhale to reach it back forward. I'm just going to move myself over so that you can see. Exhale, sweep it back. Breathe in. Breath out. In through the nose. Exhale. Your breath, your pace. Three more times. You got this. Great job, everybody. Keep going. Take rest when you need. Last one, maybe your last one. Exhale. Good. Let's swing those arms back forward. Relax them. Breathe in. Breath out. Nice. Let's get right into some smaller muscles into our forearms, wrists, fingers, palms. Let's stretch our arms all the way out once again. Palms are going to face forward. Fingers spread nice and wide or squeeze them together. Completely up to you. Sit up nice and tall. And just feel the stretch into the forearms, into the wrist creases. Fingers press. Feel the pinkies, the fingers, the thumbs press forward into the imaginary wall. A little softness in the elbow. So we don't need to worry about so much into the shoulders and the biceps and triceps. Go ahead, sit up a little taller. Press your hands forward. Breathe. Good. Your next exhale, flip your hands so the fingers are pointing down. And then feel a little bit of a stretch into the wrist, in the front part of the wrist. Good. Let's turn our hands and flip them back so that we're pressing back into the wall, the imaginary wall. Good. Now be mindful here with your wrists. We're going to start to turn our hands so the fingers are going to point to the side. Now take it nice and slow. You may just stay here with just a little bit of an inch or two of a turn. Maybe start to feel you're okay and the fingers can point out completely to the sides and thumbs face up towards the ceiling. Maybe for some, you'll turn all the way around with the wrists up, thumbs out to the side, and fingers down. Be very careful. Move at your own pace. Stay where it feels comfortable for you, and you know that you don't want to overstrain and overwhelm yourself. Take another breath in wherever you are at with the stretch. And then on your exhale, flip it all the way back up to center and then relax. Shake it out, wiggle the fingers, a little shrug in the shoulders, movement where you need it. Good. Now let's bring a little bit of stretches into our fingers. We're going to open up the palms towards the sky. So just a little bend into the elbows, relax those arms, and we're just going to close up the fingers and thumbs right into a fist. Good. Breathe in. Exhale, open up your fingers out. Good. Stretch them out. Inhale to close them up like a fist, and you can squeeze as tight as you like or keep it nice and soft. Exhale, stretch out your fingers. Now you can stretch it out pretty intense here or keep it soft. Your choice. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. Let's get into those little muscles here, small muscles, work them out. Move with your breath. Sit up nice and tall. Breathe in. Breath out. In through the nose. Exhale. Great job. A few more times. Close up those fingers and thumb. Stretch it all the way out. Close it up. Open. Last one. Close up the fingers and thumbs. And then exhale, open it up. Great job. Now you choose open hands or close up into a fist. And then we're just going to circle our wrists out. Just gentle into the wrist. A very delicate, fragile area, our wrist. So you want to be very careful and hit those points in the joint. Might feel really nice to slow it down. Isolate the movement. Good. Try the other direction. It's very rare we get a chance to work on these small muscles. So when you get to right into it, tune into all the sensations that you may be feeling. Good. Now let's tilt the wrist back and forward. This is nice for the forearms as well. Long breaths in and out. Very good, everybody. And then let's come all the way back to center. And let's work a little bit into the fingers. A little move into the fingers. We're going to take those hands, stretch them all, fingers all the way out, thumbs all the way out. And then we're going to touch each fingertip with the thumb. So the pointers are going to touch the thumb. Then the middle fingers touch the thumb. Then the ring fingers touch the thumb. Then the pinkies touch the thumb. And then we're going to start all the way back again. Touching the thumb, tips of the finger, one by one. Slow it down. Breathe. And I'm not going to do any cueing. Move at your own pace. And there's going to be a few stubborn fingers that may take a little bit or are not working for you today, and that's okay. We're just working on trying our very, very best with the movement, feeling the energy into the hands, doing just as much as our body will allow us today. Take your time, a little meditative movement here. Maybe start to close your eyes, focus on your breath. You know what you're doing. Visualize the movement in your head as you touch each fingertip to the thumb. A few more breaths here. Feeling the calmness in your mind, feeling the peacefulness in your body, and feeling the flow of your breath. One more breath in. And exhale all the way out. Start to make your way back to the beginning. Relax your hands, a little wiggle into the fingers, shake out your arms, your wrists. Very good job. I hope that kind of felt a little refreshed there. Let's get right back into our spine. We're going to take our spine right into a cat-cow. We're gonna place our hands right onto the tops of your legs, and let's find a little movement up and down the spine. We're gonna take a breath in, right into our cow pose as we bring our belly button right towards the front of the room. Open the shoulders back, a little tilt back with the head. If it's okay, keep it neutral if it's a little too much. Exhale, start to draw the belly in, round the spine, draw, and then take the chin towards the chest. Let the head go. Inhale to rise back up. Slide those hands towards your body. Open up the chest. Exhale. Open up the back body. Feel the space between the shoulder blades. Inhale, rise back up. Exhale into your cat pose. Let's do about 4 or 5 rounds. Your pace, your breath. So let your breath guide you from your cow pose to your cat pose. Listen to your breath, feel the spine, each vertebrae working itself up and down from the top, from the neck, all the way down to the tailbone. Great job, everybody. 2 more times. Notice how you're feeling with that spine there. Feeling that little bit of a release, maybe in the low back, especially. Or if you have tight shoulders this morning, this is sometimes extremely helpful for it. Good. Start to make your way back to center. Shoulders back over the hips, head back between the shoulders. Give yourself a little roll anywhere or a little stretch anywhere. And let's move right into some twist and a little bit more into our spine because it's always good to move the spine laterally, up and down, and then a little twist. Those are great to do every single day. All right, let's move into a twist. Arms up, stretch up, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, let's twist over to the right. Send those hands down, sit up nice and tall, and just naturally place those hands up somewhere along this right side of your body that just feels natural, like right off the bat, that's where you're gonna go with those hands. As you take that next inhale, lengthen. Your next exhale, maybe you find a little more depth. Maybe you start to walk those right fingertips to the further in towards a chair, maybe to the back side of the chair if you do have the back side on your chair there. But with breath, you move a little deeper. Start off small, get a little bit deeper as you go with your exhales. And again, if it's not there, today's a little more stiff, then take it to where it feels the best for you for your practice today. Good. Breathe in through the nose. Sit up nice and tall. Good. We're going to start to unwind the body, come all the way back to center. And naturally, we're going to want to go to the left side, arms right back up. Lengthen, reset the spine. Exhale over to the left. Start small. Hands just alongside you, naturally where it goes. And then on your next exhale, a little further. Hands start to walk back, maybe. So see where it goes for you. Listen to your body. It will let you know where it wants to go or where it needs to stay today. And every practice that you arrive into will be different each time. You'll find yourself a little more flexible one day, a little more stiffer another, and that's completely normal. That's just how our body is, maybe how we slept the night before, or just how much exercise we've gotten and how active we've been. Take another breath here. Exhale, start to unwind the body, come back to center and give yourself a nice little twist side to side. Good. Now, as we're coming into nice, just like a nice sloppy twist side to side, we're gonna take our arms right back up towards the sky. And then coming back to that cactus pose that we were working with earlier, we're just gonna twist over to the right. Yeah. And it's not gonna be a huge twist like we do with the arms up and letting them fall. It's gonna be a little smaller, but we're just going to move from side to side, small twist at a time with the arms up, a little work into the shoulders, a little bit into the spine. Great job. Let's do a couple more times on each side. Move slow. It doesn't have to be this quick, too. You might find a little more depth. You might find yourself in exactly the same place, and that's totally fine. Good. Let's come all the way back to center. Relax your arms, shoulders back, and let's get right into some hips before we stand up into some poses standing. And let's bring our feet, walk it um, up a little bit just so you have a little space behind you. Hands onto the hips, hands onto the legs, interlace in front of you. And let's start to get right into some circling movement there. We have been a little static with the legs there. So this is a good way to just bring a little movement, a little blood flow back into the thighs a bit, the hip creases, the hip flexors, those tiny muscles right at the top connecting our thigh bones to our hips. Nice small circles. Maybe you're getting a little bigger. Good. Switch sides when you're ready. Other side. Little movement here. Always good movement when you've been sitting for a bit there. Great job. Let's start to move right back to center, shoulders over the hips, roll the shoulders back, and let's come up to standing. When you're ready, take your time and let's move to the back side of our chair. Just remember to have your blocks around you. We're going to need them in a little bit here. Good. So first off, just making sure that we feel good, the space between our feet feel nice. And we're just going to bring a little movement into the ankles, the tops of the feet, the toes to start off with. And just with your hands onto the chair, we're going to lift up onto our tippy toes, heels up as high as you can this morning. And this is going to feel really nice to just bring a little movement into the legs, the lower body. To start off with. Breathe in. Breath out. Great job, everybody. And just keep that going for a few more breaths there. Feel the shin bones wake up, the calf muscles, a little bit into the knees. Breathe in. Breath out. Very, very nice, everybody. And let's come all the way back to center. And let's do a little bit of heel and toe lift. So we're gonna lift the heels back up and then lift the toes up. So making sure that you're feeling okay, lifting the toes up because it takes a little bit more core strength here. So be very gentle, slow it down with that rocking in your feet. Up on the heels. And then pressing into the toes, so lifting the heels, then lifting into the toes. Breathe in. Breath out. Good. Now let's come all the way back to center, feet flat onto the ground or your mat there. And let's bring a little bit more into the legs there, a little more movement. We're going to lift the right leg up, bend up at the knee, and place it back down. Good. Lift the other knee up, a little bend, and then come down. Breathe in and just keep doing that. You might even take one hand to the hip, one hand to the chair, or both hands to the hips, a little bit more work into your core, your abdomen. Flex those toes, activate the ankle. And as you're activating the ankle, a little bit more work a little more stretch into the quadricep muscle, the thigh muscle. Great job. Just a little movement here into the hip flexors as well, because you're bringing a little bend to the legs. Right along the hips. Few more times. Great job. And it's nice to get that blood flow back into the leg. And then maybe lifting up the knees a little higher, keeping them down a little lower. See where it takes you. In through the nose. Exhale. One more breath in. You've got this. Great job, everybody. And then start to come all the way back to center. Really, really good. Now I'm going to take my chair out of the way so I have a lot of space for what we're going to do next. But you can always keep the chair in front of you and have it as for support for your hands, because we will be needing blocks. So this is where we're going to need some blocks here. Place the blocks right close to you near the left side or the right side or in the middle side. It doesn't matter, but somewhere close to your body. And we're just going to start to take our feet out as wide as you can, hip distance, a little wider than that, toes facing forward for now, hands onto the hips. And let's start to turn our left foot so that the toes are pointing to the left side of the room. Lunge into that left knee, right foot is parallel to the back side of your mat or the room there. And then we're going to take into warrior two, arms out side to side. Hands can always stay on the hips too. Hands can go on the chair in front of you as well, if that's where you have your chair. Good. So this is the posture we're going to get into. Arms out, hands onto the hips, or hands onto the chair in front of you. Breathe. Good. Lunge into that left knee. Little bend into that left knee. Warrior two right here, deciding on where you like to have the arms, and you can change it up at any time. Breathe in. Breath out. Now, maybe you have your hands onto the hips. You're just going to take the bend out of your left knee and lunge back in. Maybe you have your hands onto the chair. You're going to take that bend out on an inhale, exhale, lunge back in. If you have your arms out side to side and you're feeling good and you're feeling okay, take the arms out, take the bend out of the left knee and lunge back in. Warrior two. We're breathing. Breath out. In through the nose. Exhale. Good. Keep going. Slow it down. Take out the arms at any time and just keep with the lunge and lift. Lunge and lift. Lunge and lift. So you could be grabbing the chair, feeling the chair for support, and keeping that lunge there. Breathe in. Breath out. Two more times. Maybe coming down to your last one, in through the nose. Exhale. So good, everybody. Now stay exactly where you are. And let's start to bring our hands. Everybody's going to bring their hands onto the hips or onto the chairs, just somewhere for support so that the arms are not out if you have them out. Take the bend out of your left knee. Now, either using a block, place that block to the inside of, just right beside the left foot there. You can also bring your chair and bring it right beside your foot. And you're going to bring your left hand on your on top of the block or on your chair. And your right arm is going to go up or onto your right hip. Very, very good. Now we're going to stay here. Take a couple of breaths here. Breathe in. Breath out. Open up. Feel the space across the chest. In through the nose. You got this. Exhale. So good. Now, if your right arm is up, bring that right hand back onto the hip. Press into both feet. Both hands are on the hip and come all the way back up. Very, very good, everybody. And then we're going to just remove any blocks or chairs out of the way so that we can turn the left foot back to the center. And then now both toes are facing forward again. Great job, everybody. Now let's try the same thing on the other side. I hope you can see my feet there. There we go. All right, so same thing here. We're back at neutral, back at center, hands onto the hips, toes facing forward. Now we're going to turn and do the other side. We're going to do the right side now. We're going to turn the right toes, face them to the right side of the room. And the left foot is exactly the same, parallel to the back side of your mat if you're on the mat, or to the side of the room, the left side of the room. Lunge into the right knee. Hands can stay on the hips. Hands onto the chair, grabbing hold of the chair there, or arms reach out side to side. Just an option. Lunge into that right knee. Point that knee towards the toes. Doesn't have to be a big lunge there. It's just a small one. And maybe you get deeper as you go. Breathe in. Breath out. Let's take another breath here. Just settle into our hips, into our warrior two, to feel good in your warrior two first before we begin any movement. Good. And when you're ready, let's get back into some movement. Inhale. Take the bend out of your knee. Lift up. Exhale, lunge. Breathe in. Breath out. Full breath in. Full breath out. Good. In through the nose. Maybe your arms lift up. They don't have to. Exhale. Inhale up. Take your time. Exhale. Feel the stretch into that right leg. Good. Engage your core, belly in towards the spine. Breath in. Breath out. Let's do 3 more. In through the nose. Exhale. So good. Maybe coming down to your last one. Good. And then start to land back into your warrior two. Very, very good here. Hands onto your hips if you had your arms out, or hands onto the chair. Take the bend out of your right knee. So everything's nice and straight. A little bit of bend is always okay. And then we're going to take the block or the chair and move it right beside the right foot again. Good. Now, right hand lands right onto the block, right onto the seat of the chair maybe, or right onto the top of the chair. And the left arm is going to go up. Maybe hand onto the hip. Breathe. Press into your feet. Open up. Feel the space across the chest here. This is your triangle pose. Good. In through the nose. Open up. Hug that right rib cage in. Open the left rib cage up towards the sky. In through the nose. We're going to take 2 more breaths there, pausing, making sure we're breathing in our pose where we feel the most comfortable, whether it's here, whether it's here. See what it feels like. Breathe in. Breath out. Great job, everybody. Now, if your left arm is up, bring the hand back onto the hip and then press into your feet. Bring both hands onto the hip and stand back up, rise back up. Nice long spine. Remove anything out of the way, blocks, chairs, and then start to turn the right toes so they're facing forward again. Nice work, everybody. Now, let's get into a nice forward fold because I think that's what we need right now. So, with those toes pointing forward to the front of the room, hands onto the hips, hands onto the chair. Let's start to hinge and fold. Draw those hips back. Relax your hands down towards the blocks, if you have them, towards the seat of the chair, the back side of the chair. Let your head go. Gentle bend into the knees. Feel the space into your low back. And for some of us, you might even have your hands right onto the ground too. Really depends on our bodies, and everybody's body is going to be different. We're all going to look completely different in everything that we do, and that's okay. We have to be okay with that. Good. Couple more breaths here. Let go. Find that release. Feel the space. Allow yourself to let go. Relax the hands, soften behind the neck. And on your next breath in, start to press back into your hands. A little tuck into the chin towards your chest. And then start to bring your hands right back onto the chair or onto your hips and rise all the way back up, standing, shoulders over the hips. Breathe right here. Good. Now, keeping our feet a little wider here, we're going to do a little bit of a lunge into our goddess pose. So hands onto the hips, hands onto the chair. And then we're going to turn our right foot out. So toes out and then left toes out. So the heels are in, toes are out. And now we're going to do a little lunge with your breath. Full breath in. We're going to lengthen through the spine. Exhale, a little lunge into both knees. Good. So a little, we've done warrior two where it's just lunge into one knee. We're going to do both now. And we're going to be very mindful of our knees. We're not going any farther than what our body is telling us right now. We're making sure that the knees are pointing towards the toes. And if they're not, move your feet in so that they are. Hands onto the chair there for a little support. Hands onto the hips. And you are going to just take your breath in and out as you pulse through your lunges right into this, that they call this a goddess pose. Belly stays in, core is engaged, long in the spine, lift out of the hips. Breathe in. Breath out. I'm just working into those hips there, a little bit into the pelvis. In through the nose. A few more times. Move slow with ease, your breath. Great job, everybody. One more time. And then start to come all the way back to standing. Heel toe, the feet back in so that the toes are pointing towards the front again. Good. Hands onto your hips and then just walk your feet back in and then just a little pitter patter of the legs. Good. Maybe a little heel lift if that feels good, because we have been pressing down to the soles of the feet with strong legs there. So just a little heel lift, toe lift, a little movement into the knees, maybe. Great work, everybody. Let's come back down onto our chair seated, and we'll stretch out our legs a little bit more as we come down to the final bits of our practice. So just taking things out of the way, grabbing for your chair, placing it back to where it needs to be as you come down seated. Nice work. Let's move through a couple sun salutations just to flush all of that out. You've done lots of work this morning. Your pace, your breath. On your inhale, we're going to sweep those arms all the way up, finding your flow. Exhale, dive forward, right down towards the ground. Inhale to lengthen the spine. Lift, look forward. Exhale, right back down to the toes. Press into your feet, tuck your chin in, rise all the way back up. Arms sweep up. Maybe a gaze up too. Exhale, hands down to heart center. Breathe in. Exhale, relax, arms alongside you. Let's take it one more time. Your pace. Inhale, reach those arms up. Exhale to forward fold. Inhale to lengthen from the tailbone to the crown of the head. Exhale, right back down. Press into your feet, rise all the way back up to seated. Arms reach up, little bit of a gaze up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Breathe, belly draws back in, lengthen, lift. Exhale, relax, arms back side to side, shoulders relax, head back between the shoulders. Great job. Let's get into a little bit of stretches, our little final cool down. And let's take that right leg and we're going to cross it over. Beautiful. Into figure four. Now, if this doesn't work for you, you can cross the leg completely over or right at the ankles. Good. And wherever you are, you can sit upright, shoulders over the hips, and feel a nice stretch right here. Breathe into this. If you like a little bit more, maybe you hinge and fold over your legs. Pressing into that left foot. Feel the stretch into your right leg. Let's take another breath here. Good. On your next inhale, tuck your chin in towards your chest, rise all the way back up if you were folded. And let's take that right knee, right leg, right foot off and draw the knee in towards us. That's what I'm trying to say. And you can grab hold of it from the front side of the leg, the back side of the leg, or just let it hover. And we're just going to circle around the ankles for a second. You can flex or point the toes also. Good. And if you're okay with it and it's available in your practice today, just folding over, head towards the knee. And if it doesn't work for you, you can drop the leg down and just fold over both legs. Good. Relax that right leg down if you had it lifted. And pressing into the left foot, you're going to slide the right leg all the way out towards the heel. So strain that leg as much as you can. Sorry, it should be the other side. And then we're just going to fold over the leg or stay upright. You can have it shoulders over the hips or folding. Flex those right toes towards you. Just take a couple of breaths here. Good. Your next inhale, rise all the way back up, bend up back into that right knee, place the foot down. Let's try the same thing on the other side. Lifting the left leg up, cross it over to your version or variation that you like. It could be any one that you choose. Sitting upright, feeling the stretch right here, or folding down a bit. And stay right here, pause, and take your couple breaths here. Good. On your next inhale, if you have folded, rise all the way back up. Shoulders back over the hips. Lift that leg back out and then grab for the leg from the front or the back or hover. And just a little circling into the ankle one way and then the other. Flexing, pointing the toes. And if you are okay with it, you can continue with this movement or a little fold over the left knee, head towards the knee, just for a little stretch in the back side of our neck. Nice job, everybody. Start to rise back up if you have folded, release that left foot down, and then we're going to take a nice hamstring stretch again on the other side, keeping that right foot down, bent at the knee, pressing into that right foot. We're going to slide that left leg out as much as you can. Flex the toes towards you, and then maybe stay upright or a little fold over the left leg. I'm going to take another breath here. Start to rise back up, tuck the chin in, coming back, shoulders back over the hips, bend up at that left knee, and come back to center into that neutral spine. Let's start to end our practice right here. We're going to sit right back up into that nice long spine, giving ourselves a little space into the low back, shoulders roll back, arms alongside you, closing the eyes or soft gaze forward or to the tip of your nose. And just right back into your breath. Inhale. Exhale. And just like we were doing at the beginning, reconnecting, tuning back in, noticing how your body's feeling at this very moment now. Feeling the nice flow of your breath because you've used it for this last 60 minutes in a way that you haven't maybe in this morning. Feeling the depth into your breath. We're going to take 2 more right here in through the nose. Noticing how it makes your body feel when you take these deep breaths in and out. 1 more full breath in. Full breath out. Completely release that entire breath out. Starting to come back to that natural rhythm in your breath. Starting to find a little movement back into your body. Open your eyes if you had them closed. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining me this morning for your practice. Have yourself a wonderful rest of the day. Namaste.
Thank you, Judy. You have a wonderful
You're
weekend
welcome.
as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, Judy.
You're
Thank you.
welcome. Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.